Yes, crews, what is going down in Chinatown? Today we're going to be talking about topical dutasteride, video number 2. But first of all, let's address the hippopotamus in the room. I'm wearing a sling. I was in a powerlifting competition earlier today and I detached my bicep doing a mixed grip deadlift. So everybody watch out for mixed grip if you are using PEDs, because your muscle strength can outgrow your tendon and ligament strength if you're not careful. And be careful of using YK11 as I was doing. Ooh. But anywho, we're going to be talking about topical dutasteride. So in my first video, I was like, yeah, I've only been using this for a day, but I haven't had any side effects yet. It's great. Everything's cool. This is video number 2. So yeah, first of all, everything was going good. My sex drive was elevated. My mood was elevated. I could see finally I had like a solution for reducing the 5-alpha reduction, the DHT conversion. And, I was hoping I'd be able to make them sweet gains whilst making some hair gains, or at least reducing the loss, keeping that afro nice and thick instead of being all floppy and thin, so you can see the scalp. But anyway, that was my first video and I was really buzzing because I'm like, yes, I have a solution. Now, yeah, things aren't, this isn't a scientific thing. This isn't a very scientific video because there are so many variables. I've been taking kratom consistently through this time period. And that can affect your mood when you try and stop taking it, or even when you do take it. I have been increasing my steroids. I've been taking, boldenone, which can affect your mood. I've been taking nandrolone, which can affect your mood. I've been massively increasing my testosterone exposure. I have been taking loads of steroids in the past week. Mainly in the past week, it's been going a bit nuts because it's peak week, guys. Competition time. Let's do this shit. So there's a lot of variables. So everything seemed to be going well with the hair loss dutasteride, topical dutasteride. It was going very well. But then my penis stopped working. And yeah, it just wasn't really working. Now, like I said, this isn't scientific at all. There's loads of variables. In my experience, kratom increases my sex drive. So maybe that was masking my penis not working for the start. But I don't know, maybe after a week of use, it stopped working. It was really not working. Erections weren't happening. I wasn't really feeling very aroused by things either. So I think it was, reducing the DHT in my brain, reducing my sex drive. And yeah, basically my dick was cold at the tip. My glands, if we are going to be scientific, my glands were soft and cold. And when the tip of your dick is cold, that something ain't right, guys. So just watch out for that one. Okay. Yeah, I had reduced sensitivity, reduced mental arousal, and yeah, I wasn't really into it that much. I was able to ejaculate, but my dick was very, very soft. So yeah, these are the typical dutasteride, finasteride scare stories that everyone hears about, and it's meant to only be a tiny percentage of people that get this when you take it orally. When you take it topically, it's meant to be even less chance of side effects. But the thing is, right, after the first application, I'm like, I feel better. I feel better than before. So I'm going to apply it like the max dose. Sorry, my phone's going off. It's people texting me because I've detached my bicep. Okay, so I decided I would, instead of using it at the minimal dose and titrating up, I was like, it's got a squeezy dropper with a bulb at the end, like pipette. So basically, I was doing 3 pipettes full every other day. And I believe that is the maximum dose. It turns out that dose is far too high for me, and it caused crazy erectile dysfunction and probably mood dysregulation as well. Another thing that happened is I do have a little bit of gynecomastia. I've got some hard glandular tissue underneath my left nipple, and like a tiny. I don't really think I have any hard glandular tissue underneath my right nipple, but now if my prolactin or especially estrogen increase, I can feel it. I can feel it. I have painful nipples, and I don't like it. That's I never had this before. I got the gyno, and now I can feel it as soon as my estrogen gets out of whack. Um, Now I've been looking online. I've been looking on YouTube for various videos. Hair loss people talking about how, yeah, well, dutasteride and finasteride, your testosterone can increase by 15%, and that extra testosterone conversion can convert into estrogen, as it's not allowed to convert into DHT anymore. And that extra estrogen can be in a very small amount of cases responsible for causing gyno or exacerbating existing gyno. Now, I think that this is true. Yes, you get more testosterone and you stop the conversion to DHT, or you reduce it significantly, and that thereby increases the estrogen conversion. Yes, that's true. But a factor that I believe many hair loss YouTube videos are overlooking is that you can counteract gyno by injecting DHT. If you have high levels of serum DHT, or I don't know if you can like inject it directly into like the breast tissue. I don't know, but I think from my research, I think that just high serum levels of DHT are very good at reducing gyno. Like if you have gynecomastia and you use a steroid like Masteron, it can shrink it down quite well just by having that high DHT component. So a high androgen combats the high estrogen, and that then kind of reduces the gynecomastia. I was experiencing a lot of gyno, so I had increased estrogen, but the DHT was not balancing it out. So I think that I just had really low serum DHT from my own personal kind of mental effects. Plus, I wasn't feeling good, but that could be down to kratom withdrawals, and all that type of stuff. I know that before, when I had low DHT from taking oral finasteride, I felt quite suicidal. No, I didn't feel like I was going to commit suicidal. I just had thoughts that were very dark, like life is shit, I want to die. This time, I didn't really experience that, but my sex drive was down, and I was in a pretty dark place anyway. As I said, that could be totally attributed to the kratom. So let's take that out of the equation. Okay, so another thing I'd like to talk about is in the last few days, I was taking nandrolone. I was taking nandrolone phenylpropionate, and I also took like a tiny bit of pharmaceutical grade Deca. I've got this Deca, which is 50 milligrams per milliliter, very low dosage, considering that most people use it at like 250 milligrams or 300 milligrams per milliliter. Anyway, they're these pharma grade ampules I got from an actual steroid doctor. That was pretty cool. And I use a little bit of Deca and then a little bit of nandrolone phenylpropionate. Now, one thing that all your people, especially you that are using the steroids, what you need to know is that if you're trying to keep your hair, don't use a 5-alpha reductase inhibitor like finasteride or dutasteride if you are taking nandrolone, because as Derek, More Plates, More Dates, has said many times, basically the nandrolone 5-alpha reduces into DHN, dihydronandrolone, and this is significantly less androgenic than the parent hormone nandrolone. So yeah, it was kind of stupid. I just did it because I wanted to get some stuff in me fast before the competition, and I'm just like, whatever. So anyway, that's something for you to consider. Now, when we're talking about the positives of this this formulation of topical dutasteride, one thing that I failed to mention in the previous video is that it's really good at conditioning the hair. I've got very thinning hair, and I found that applying this topical dutasteride not only made it like look smooth and silky, but it kind of made it clump together in the right way. When you got very thin, fine, sparse hairs, it kind of like covered it up a little bit and made it look more presentable. So that is one massive benefit of this. I know that if you're using minoxidil, which I'm not currently using at the moment, that it can make the hair look kind of dry and white, chalky and ghostly looking. This has the opposite effect. This makes it just look kind of like luscious, volumized, thick. It's like a conditioner. So that's one really good thing going for it. And the brand is the one on the video still at the start of this, I don't know, the start screen, whatever it's called. That is the brand. Yeah, if you want to find out, just ask me where I got it from or whatever. I can reply in the comments. It does work, but this is what I'm going to do. This is my final thing. Next time that I use this product, because I am going to use it again, I'm just going to kind of like wait for everything, wait for the surgery to happen, wait for like a few things to happen, then I'll get on it. Basically, I'm going to titrate the dose up. So I'm going to use the minimal effective dose first. I don't even know if it's the effective dose. I'm going to apply it one time per week, maybe with like 2 squirts, 2 pipettes full the first time. And then the next week I might use 3 pipettes full. And then I'm going to leave it a week in between, see how my sex drive is, my erectile quality, all this type of stuff, my mood, and then I might be able to increase it to twice a week. And to be honest, I don't know if I'm going to use it more frequently than twice a week. I'm going to be on a lot lower testosterone dose now that I'm not prepping for a competition. And yeah, I don't want to risk it. I was taking 500 milligrams of testosterone and I got a cold glands, like soft penis, lack of sex drive, and a shitty mood from taking it every other day with 3 pipettes full every other day. So yeah, this is my second update on the topical dutasteride. I hope that you find it useful because yeah, often I'm raving about a product or a new thing that I'm into, and then a few weeks later I'm like, yeah, no, that was awful, and I kind of renege on it. So with this one, I am undecided as of yet. It really conditions the hair really nicely. I'm not using it at the minute, and you can see my hair is a mess. But guys, I've just come out of hospital from my detached bicep, yo. And yeah, next time I use it, I'm going to titrate the dose up like you're supposed to do with drugs, and not just bash, maximum dose. Yeah. So I hope that you find this useful. I hope that you don't get the soft cock. I hope that you don't get the cold glands. And I hope that you manage to keep your hair, because it's nice to have hair. Anyway, guys, till next time, catch you later.